Pull up. Ease up, ease up, ease up, ease up. Me with the Jackie Chan. Sweet, sweet, swash, swash. I hit with the yes I can. Real quick, right back. I know what I gonna do. New whip, brand new. So hit me with the Jackie Chan. Sweet, sweet, swash, swash. Me, I no take no chance. Oh yeah. Me, I no do romance. Oh yeah. Me, I no take no chance. Oh yeah. Me, I no do romance.
It's a Dr. Chai.
Oh yeah.
Pick up that. When you put in that motion. If you push it my way. Gonna make me catch an emotion. Ay, why you gotta move like that? You know you gotta bring that back. I love it when you talk like that.
The moment that I let it go is when I find I'm in control. Something else. The moment that I let it go is when I find I'm in control. I'm in control. Trying to change.
I'm sure you've heard this all before. Sure you look familiar. Sure the cost of living keep on rising with no limits. Name a politician gave up about your feelings. Name a single trend that didn't end up like a gimmick. Think there's something in the water. Tell me what the mission is. Icy lit showers, cold word, Flint, Michigan. Tire match my melanin. Black on black is militant. Represents my diligence. I see through that privilege. Something's in the water. I think there's something in the water. And I still don't watch the news. Barely trust the facts now. Liar, 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 throwing stones, then hide your hands. Wow, that don't make no man proud. Tears might make my city drown. I'm too scared to speak to God. There's in the churches now. Something's in the water. Tell me what the mission is. Just another citizen that sacrificed my discipline. Still don't know my origin. Still don't know who's listening. Still can't tell the difference between strength and my conditioning. Something's in the water.
It is a big test for a club that start off in this campaign with the highest division they've ever been. So are they up to it, Alan Smith?
Well, maybe the next 90 minutes will tell us a bit more. There's a fantastic atmosphere here which should help the players, and it's a celebration at the moment, isn't it?
This is the Liverpool side. Virgil van Dijk plays, can put them in front here. That was a chance to really get in at the goalkeeper.
Skeptic, their eyes set in. But I'd like to believe that somebody could be authentic. I'm a cynic, my harshest critic. But I'd like to believe I could open my heart and let someone in it. Seems like everybody's moving mouths, but I don't feel their words. I find it hard to love because God, I love to hurt. At least I'm consistent.
Nothing like winning in this game, and they've got to win from their opening game of the season. They're going to make it 2 out of 2, Alan?
Well, we'll see. I mean, the great thing they've got going for them, and they've got plenty of match winners in this side. Plenty of players that can step up and score a goal for you.
Valencia will go with this team today. Neto starts in goal. Ezekiel Garay starts with Gabriel at the back.
And here is just the one main attacker in this lineup.
This is the Liverpool side. Virgil van Dijk plays with Joel Matip as the centre-backs. Mohamed Salah plays with Sadio Mane out wide.
And just one up front for them today.
Coquelin anticipated the direction of the pass and was able to intervene.
Clever ball. Real chance. Firmino! He's gone for the volley.
And it nearly paid off.
Yeah, really good technique there. Known for that kind of volley.
Couple of exceptional talents in a really good game that we might be focusing on.
Well, we've earmarked these two because They have been in fantastic form this season. It's been a pleasure to watch them.
Trying to pick out someone in the centre. Looking a problem until the clearance was made. Roberto Firmino. Trying a bit too hard, trying to force the pass, and it went straight to an opponent. Well, this could be dangerous in a wide position. Wijnaldum. A chance to break away now on the counter. They're still going towards... Must take the lead here! Francis Coquelin. Rodrigo. Deflected out for a throw. It's Salah now. Wijnaldum. That's a great interception. And they're trying to dispossess him. Guedes. Now this should be a really interesting match to see how Valencia can do against very competitive opponents. Delivered into the box. Cleared away by the defender. They can be quick on the break now. Rodrigo came in with the challenge and the ball broke free. Guiding it through the defenders. Quick-witted and quick in his movement too to intercept there. Dani Parejo. Garay. Fabinho. Short passes, but they're keeping the ball. Rodrigo. Good interception there. Trying to get involved, I think, the forward by coming this deep to get on the ball. He's awarded the free kick. Mohamed Salah. On to Fabinho. Shot blocked here. Fabinho. Wijnaldum. Roberto Firmino. It's a real shine to Liverpool's play in these kinds of attacks. Out into the wide areas now. That's neatly done. Good challenge by the defender. Very good control, though. Must take the lead here. The keeper might be needed to get in, really, for what's... Seemed a certain opening goal.
Oh dear, I think it's one of those that might play on his mind now for the rest of the match.
Able to cut that out with some sharp movement. Roncallier. Possession changes feet. Roberto Firmino. Wijnaldum. That's good movement forward here. Good screening, and he's kept the ball. In a great position to pull it back. Easy for the goalkeeper, when really there was every chance of him being totally beaten then. But he's got the ball.
Yeah, he was exposed there. And he must have thought he was going to get beaten, but, well, the lad just made a real hash of it, didn't he?
Coquelin. Roberto Firmino. And they've cut it out. Roberto Firmino. Coquelin. Guedes. Francis Coquelin. Now it goes into the wider areas where they've got a winger waiting. Corner for Valencia. Corner played in. Rodrigo! It's bounced back off the bar. Goalkeepers love to be busy, and he's certainly busy at the moment. The frame of the goal helping him out. And now at least he can settle his team down and get the ball upfield.
Well, if you hit...
Desperate from that last defender. Yes, it is red.
Well, sometimes as a ref you simply have no choice, and that was one of those times. Well, what a great opportunity this is to take the lead.
And that's a pretty comfortable save. Not the best set piece, but it was on target. Half-time, a sense of discontent around the supporters here. You can hear it in the crowd. Everything set for the second half. Now Sadio Mane looking for an opening with some good controlled build-up. Maybe he'll cross it here. They've soaked up a lot of danger here, but it hasn't hurt them, and now they're on the ball. Darting infield now. Going for goal! It's the start of the scoring, and Liverpool have done it.
Well, we had to wait a while, but Liverpool get their noses ahead.
Well, you get a lot of satisfaction as a goal-scoring forward for knocking one in from that distance. You know you're in the right place.
No, it was the poacher's effort. The final finish wasn't difficult, but to get there, it took a little bit of instinct.
Gabriel Paulista. Picked off that pass, and now he's got the ball and a chance to create something. Read the play well. Done well under pressure here to hold the ball as the challenge came in. Jorginho went, the shot's on, hit the bar. Keeps it going. Letting the shot go. Dangerous pass, I think, with the keeper pushing it away. Liverpool's corner. And in it goes. And they get it away. Francis Coquelin. Real individual charge here with the ball. He's still going. Delivered into the box. And he bangs it away. I think he saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it. Well, here's an opportunity with the ball over the top. Left the defenders trailing now. Here's a chance. Delivery was good, but referee has pointed to the spot.
Whoa, that might change the complexion of this match.
He scored from the spot. Now turning her hair, he made it look easy.
Yeah, it is, and he doesn't normally let you down from 12 yards, certainly didn't now.
Restarting at 2-0. Well, we're two-thirds of the way through the 90 minutes, half an hour to go. Fabinho. To Robertson. Sadio Mane anticipated the direction of the pass and was able to intervene. Probing with the pass. Able to cut that out with some sharp movement. Crisp defending there. Roberto Firmino. Wijnaldum. Fabinho. Mohamed Salah. Back with Wijnaldum. Presented possession to the opposition now. It's one back. That's an easy cutout for the opposition, saw the pass coming. Looking for an opening with some good controlled build-up. Oh, he took a risk there. Sliding in with that challenge in the penalty area.
Well, not surprisingly, those fans convinced it was a penalty. I'm not sure it was, though.
Poor attempt at a pass, really. Well, the wide man can show his skills here. And that's good support as they build this attack. Shots on here. Simple save that for Neto.
The fans starting to vent their frustration now. They've paid good money and they're feeling they're not getting good value.
They've lost the ball and the counter-attack could be there. Robertson. Just over quarter of an hour left on my watch. Salah! And there it is for Liverpool! Tough times for the man in goal.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the business, isn't it, between the sticks. If you make a mistake, quite often it ends up with a goal.
I have to say it's so one-sided today, but all credit to the team that are racking up the goals.
Goal for Liverpool. Number 11, Mohamed Salah.
Rodrigo. Oh, he's cut that out well read. Well, Liverpool have given the lie to the pre-match predictions, even the first half predictions, that they would be pushed all the way here. They pushed the opposition over. Magnificent performance. Well, they do love the work ethic of Roberto Firmino. Very happy to drop back deeper from time to time. Mane. Well, they got away with it in the end. Roberto Firmino needs to be very nippy. Rodrigo. Throw in now. Rodrigo. Trying a bit too hard, trying to force the pass, and it went straight to an opponent. Well, he could be in. And that's an advantage for Valencia. Well, the home team has been outplayed, and the home supporters have lost their will to support, I think.
Oh, haven't they just? You could hear a pin drop here. Seen one or two heading for the exits. They're not impressed.
Maybe a chance. Intercepted well. Well, here's an opportunity with the ball over the top. The shot's on! Better this time from the keeper.
Well, he's kept going, hasn't he? He's kept his head up, and maybe that'll be the turn in terms of his form out here.
Up goes the board. There'll be 2 added minutes.
2 minutes of added time.
Rodrigo. Roberto Firmino. Wijnaldum. Fabinho. Defender has to move quickly.
De los entrenamientos, el primer equipo del Ajax, donde se fue realizada parte de las pruebas dinámicas. El resto de los exámenes se van a completar este lunes por la mañana. Posteriormente firmará su contrato y será presentado para después ponerse a las órdenes del técnico Erik ten Hag. Son Álvarez es el 11º mexicano en llegar a la Eredivisie, pero el primero, quiero decir, en hacerlo en el Ajax de Amsterdam. Seguimos con más de fútbol. El Liverpool enfrenta al Fenway Park.
What a great win they had last time out. Now they'll want to use that great word momentum and get another one today.
Definitely. I mean, the next game can't come quickly enough when you've played as they did last time out. I expect a quick start here.
Well, the kickoff is underway, and sit back and enjoy what should be 90 minutes of fabulous football with Juventus very much to the fore. The Juventus lineup then. Wojciech Szczesny starts in goal. Leonardo Bonucci starts with Giorgio Chiellini as the centre-backs. Blaise Matuidi starts with Miralem Pjanic in the centre of the park. Mario Mandzukic is the main striker today. This is the Liverpool side. Virgil van Dijk plays with Joel Matip as the centre-backs. Mohamed Salah plays with Sadio Mane out wide. And at the point of attack, just one lone striker. Liverpool give it away. They've got the ball back, the interceptor got it for them. Juventus regain possession here. Saw the pass coming and got there first. Had a crack! Threw everything behind that shot and frustrated that it wasn't quite on target.
Well, if he keeps getting in those kind of areas, I'm sure he'll score pretty soon.
Marco Paulinho para el 2-1. Abreu sería esta para el partido 2-1.
Van Dijk. Well, that's over the top of the defender and one to chase. Must take the lead here, which they do in good style.
They played some good football leading up to that, Martin, and thoroughly deserved that goal.
Well, they all count the same, but he won't ever get an easier one.
No, I don't think so, but he was there, right place, right time.
The lead now is with Liverpool.
For Liverpool. Number 10, Sadio Mane.
It's a very good interception.
Utilizarán fuerte en Europa. El arranque del duelo con el Barcelona. Después, Eric Lamela.
Douglas Costa.
El primero de esta primera ganada. En la segunda parte.
That's his game, isn't it? Intercepting.
Por un costado. Más adelante iba a disparar así. Gonzalo Higuaín dificulta para hacer el gol del empate para la Vecchia Signora que
He's given the free kick, but no sign of the card. Maybe he just wants to make sure he's not made a rod for his own back with an early booking. Cleared away by the defender.
La Juve también la opción de ganar el partido, pero pensaba demasiado.
Robertson trying to pick out someone in the centre. Kept his concentration, the goalkeeper, and because of that, kept hold of the ball.
Yeah, he seems to fill the goal, this lad. He's quite an imposing keeper.
And that will be Liverpool's throw-in.
Nuevo guiño de la Juventus de Turín, apoyo para
Mohamed Salah. Here's a chance to whip it in. Deep defending here, but he's got the ball. Into the box it goes, along the ground. Oh, they could have increased their advantage then.
Yeah, I think that would have been game over. It should have been really from that distance.
Coming off the pitch, number 11, Mohamed Salah, to be replaced by number 23, Xherdan Shaqiri.
Douglas Costa. Miralem Pjanic. Matuidi. He's read that, hasn't he, and made the interception, made it look easy, actually. Attacking well here. Looking to win it back. Douglas Costa. Ronaldo the target in the middle. Super reflexes from the goalkeeper. Juventus have won a corner now. Here comes the corner. Good defensive clearance there. Chance to cross it. In the middle is Mandzukic. He works so hard on his heading, he needs to do a bit more work, I think.
Yeah, the keeper's waving that one bye-bye.
La última palabra. Todas las noches en vivo por Fox. Angel Stadium.
Miralem Pjanic. Attacking now. Moving forward there with real menace to their play. And disappointing ending to it, really. Wijnaldum. Very much a club with a tradition, Alan, of playing three central defenders, Juventus.
They are, and their success really has been built on.
Still heading for goal.
He did well to get to the ball first. It's the best I can say.
Leonardo Bonucci.
Continúa el conflicto entre
Matuidi. Trying to switch on the attacking power in this situation. Fabinho done well under pressure here to hold the ball as the challenge came in.
No ha sido comunicado porque yo creo que están el club tratando su salida.
Here's Douglas Costa.
Por eso que no.
Dybala. Juventus will get the throw. Joao Cancelo. Miralem Pjanic. Chiellini. Got to pass the ball a bit better than this if they're going to make progress, couldn't it, straight away? Joel Matip. Xherdan Shaqiri. Fabinho. Working hard just to see maybe a sight of goal. Fabinho. It's not really away, poor clearance.
It's a difficult technique, and he didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, fair play for taking it on. Takes a bit of confidence to do that.
Leonardo Bonucci.
Se indignó. Si da es una vergüenza.
Matuidi.
Respeto por un jugador que ha hecho tanto por Real Madrid. Aseguró ante la prensa preguntarlo sobre si
Excellent vision. Aldo. And the aim of the cross is towards Dybala. Played away, well away from goal. It's Mane. Roberto Firmino. Referee sees that as a foul, and it is a free kick.
Blocked off the pass there.
Matuidi. Poor attempt at a pass, really. Just taking the heat out of the moment, the ball back to the goalkeeper. Guided through. It's Sadio Mane.
The break is definitely on. He's in the clear. Shot on! The ball's loose. Goalkeeper made the save, but he couldn't hold it.
The referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes.
Sadio Mane almost stealthily into scoring position here, not picked up, and they paid a heavy price for that.
en el vestuario me
Well, the kickoff is underway, and sit back and enjoy what should be 90 minutes of fabulous football. Saw the pass coming and got there. Had a crack!